Hey everyone, this is Red Silvers and welcome back to Let's Play Crash Team Racing. We're gonna go ahead and get some trophies here on the fourth area, starting with Engine Labs. It's our final 4 trophies we have to get in the game, but we're still quite a ways out from being finished. And of course, now that we're at some of the hardest stages in the game, how is it gonna go for us? Let's find out. I was hoping to get that crate of fruit, but somebody else beat me to it. This is kind of an interesting level because it's got a lot of ramps and a lot of craziness. It was also bugged on the remake for quite a while. We have like this super boost right here. And then we have these barrels, and these barrels are terrible. And you can see, I think it was Crash that got ran over by the barrel. Goodbye, Tiny. It's a fun level, there's a lot going on. But the actual basic race isn't too bad. They're usually pretty nice with us with the trophies, I think. But yeah, this is probably one of the tracks I played the most on the remake. And they actually announced today that they have officially stopped updating the remake. They actually stopped updating it back in March. The March they had an update that came right after the end of the Grand Prix. They added a character in. Hello, Barrel. They added in some characters, but that was kind of the end of the new content. But of course, that was in March, and this is 2020, so things are kind of crazy, so there was kind of this hope that maybe there was still content coming, and it was delayed because the world was in shenanigans. Jeez, whoever that is a jerk. But sadly, no. I haven't played for a bit, so I'm not sure how robust the online community is for it on the Switch. But at some point, I guess it would be nice to go and like unlock the rest of the character skins and everything. I pretty much played myself in this super fun tube. I think my items were the only ones that got there. I thought maybe the CPU would hit somebody there, but no. Are we gonna have shenanigans now at the end of this race? Purra's not too far ahead of us, actually. I thought Purra might be further off, but no. This is close enough. We can still pull this off. It's gonna be a tight one, is what's gonna happen. Oh, that was a tight one. That was right down to the wire, which is kind of a crummy way to end a race, but at the same time, you can see, even with this being like my first time touching this version of the game for several weeks, like it didn't really give me a lot of trouble, so it's not a hard stage. You just kind of had bad luck with the barrel, like that one barrel could have been the whole issue. I don't actually know how effective hitting them in there is, because they get the speed boost as soon as they get up and running. But I remember this is kind of an obnoxious one for the Relic because of the way the boxes are. But we're not going to be worried about that for a little bit. At least if you've been watching this now, you kind of have an idea how the relics work from the previous video. I kind of was a little bit sidetracked doing Final Fantasy V for a bit. I wanted to get that done. That was kind of a big deal to me, because Final Fantasy V is one of my favorite games in the series. And I felt bad trying to take on the 4-job Fiesta every year and not ever pulling it off. And I think in a way it was just kind of more... having somebody watching my YouTube videos of me doing it kind of gave me more motivation to do it. But definitely got to pick up on this, got to pick up on Final Fantasy VII, and I got other fun projects in mind. Of course, that's the problem, is that there's all kinds of fun stuff that I want to do for the channel, but time is sometimes the issue there. As I say, hopefully that potion is going to wreck somebody's day, and it sounds like it did. See, I got a pretty good lead this time. Or even the barrels are being nice with us too. I think it's tempting because you want to go snatch up that speed boost, but is it worth it? Alright, well, I think that's going to keep us pretty... Yeah, as I say, that's going to stop them from sneaking up on us. And I don't think 2 tries to get a trophy is terribly bad. There was actually a huge shortcut glitch in that version in the remake for a while, and I don't even know if you can do that shortcut in this version. If you did, it'd be a really cheap way to get a relic, but I'll bet you it doesn't work.
You win a trophy.
Okay, so now that that one's unlocked, we're going to be up here. As I say, is this stage the one that's open? But it's not. We need 14 for that. So, looks like the stage they want us to play is down below. I'm guessing it's down near where we just were. Oh yeah, we gotta go to Cortex Castle. This is like a Bad Guy Central. You got Engine stage, you've got Cortex's stage, we've got Oxide stage, and we have Pinstripe stage. Pinstripe being the boss in the area. So this one's a tricky one, because you get... there's like those spiders. I like the music here, though. You have like these forking paths. Speed boost there and jump on down the stairs. There's fruit there, but... So there's a shortcut here that I'm really bad at hitting. Right there. Which I'm pretty sure Relic's going to require that. So we might have to get some practice in on that. Let's see if we can make up this terrible lead. So yeah, for the trophy, I probably won't be trying for that shortcut, but when it comes to relic times, we might have to practice that one. I might as well get the last of the fruit right here. Get juiced up. Actually, I'm not sure if one of the letters for CTR requires that shortcut either. It's kind of like Sewer Speedway, I'm sure it's just going to take some practice to get that shortcut down for when it really matters. Although how necessary it is for a gold relic, I don't know. I thought this was kind of happy-ish music for the villain's castle. He knows what box I'm going for, that jerk kitty. Now see, if I thought I could take the shortcut, that'd have been a great way to get in the lead. Oh, and ultimately we won because of the spider. He got hung up by the spider. So that might not necessarily have been a win that we deserved, but it's a win we got. I'll take it. Besides, we still have to do these all again for CTR tokens anyway, so... But yeah, part of the reason that they stopped doing new content for the remake is because they're working on content for Crash Bandicoot 4, and I mean, that's something to be some worthwhile endeavor. So Hot Air Skyway, this is the boss stage. This one's a doozy, but it has a shortcut. It has a few shortcuts, but the main shortcut's the one that's actually a lot easier to pull off. And now that I've said that, I'm going to screw it up a lot, because that's just the way it works. And it's just kind of this area floating here. It definitely got some love in the remake, where they made it kind of more like it was there was a floating coliseum, or not a coliseum, a floating casino here. But yeah, so coming up toward the end of this big corkscrew here, you have this jump. And if you get a good speed boost, you can jump there. And that's your shortcut jump. And I think for CTR you have to take that shortcut. And I think for the relic you have to do both the shortcut and not the shortcut. But that one's a lot easier than some of them. So as far as tricks are, the boss might take that shortcut, actually. I feel like that would be the kind of thing that the boss would do. And this is probably the hardest turn on the whole track, is right there. There's actually a glitch that my nephew likes to do, where somehow you make the game put you in a boss fight, and you can do the boss fight on any track in the game. And you can make the boss any character in the game. I'm not sure how the heck he does that one. Kind of crazy that's a thing that exists, though. Oh, Tiny took the shortcut. Okay, so sometimes the AI takes the shortcut. I wonder what determines that, then. Evil Bear! Gerard the Completionist did a video on Crash Team Racing, and I guess Polar is his favorite character. Alright, well, we're going to take this lead really quick here. Get the fruit. I've been doing this whole stage without fruit. Well, hopefully since I'm in first place, I can use the shortcut and get a little bit of a lead. Oh, he went for it too. There's not really a hard shortcut to pull off. I mean, I can do that one lap after lap after lap. But Sewer Speedway, good luck with that. Thank you for being kind enough to run into my shield. I didn't mean to throw that the second that I got it. That could have been really useful since he's still right behind me. Alrighty. I was worried I would screw up the corkscrew at the end there, but that wasn't too bad. I'm sure that there's ways you can handle that curve a lot better. I'm just not any good at it. But yeah, for this being the hard section of the game, these trophies haven't been giving us too much trouble. Compared to, like, Dragon Mines, which was giving us all the trouble. Oh yeah, and Engine's mad, so his head's going nuts.
Congratulations. You win a
Well,
trophy.
There's just one more trophy to go. And it happens to be in Oxide's level, which happens to be the longest track in the game. And is the only track on the PS1 version that you can't play multiplayer because of how big it is. Because the multiplayer on the PS1 uses split screen. And I don't know all the specifics, but basically the game can't run this stage with a 4-player split screen. So this is a single player only stage in this version of the game. And what's interesting about this stage is all the box formations have both fruit crates and item boxes. It's just an odd quirk. I'm not sure how the AI reacts to that, if they're prioritized one over the other. But as a player, it can give you some options. Sometimes you're going to want to be juiced up, and sometimes you're going to want to have an item. And sometimes you're just going to want whatever you can get your hands on. Like, sometimes you want to just grab whatever's in your way. You don't want to swerve to hit one or the other. But yeah, this is also a boss track. And it's a doozy of a boss fight. I beg your pardon. See, I wouldn't be surprised if this stage is the one in this area that gives me trouble. The boss fight certainly is going to. But we'll probably do both those boss fights in this video, actually. And we have an invincibility mask when we're in first place. That's pretty great, actually. Let's use that right away. Yeah, that's a good way to get a nice lead. So I'm going to hang on to this bomb in case I need it. Not that I'll hit with it when I do finally fire it, it'll just kind of miss, but that's just how it is. But I think we got a nice good lead that's going to hold us for the rest of the stage. I kind of wish I knew the specifics of why you couldn't race this stage in multiplayer. I'm sure it's just something like this is pushing the PlayStation to its limits. Because it's not like this was a early PlayStation game at this point. You know, this is the 4th Crash Bandicoot game, let alone... So, it had some longevity at this point. And it's always kind of interesting to hear, like, here's these gimmicks that they learned to make these games run. Coco's just getting in that slide swagger. Holy cow. You're just showing off now, Coco. As soon as I'm not holding the controller, you're just going to go nuts. Is that how it is? She's just like, I got this, don't you worry. But that is the 16th trophy. We're off to a great start. Of course, for our purposes, we still haven't proven that we're the fastest racer on Earth yet, even though we have all the trophies.
Why, you call that racing? Forget about it. If you's gonna face outside, you's gonna have to get past me first. I'm the speed champion here, and I'm gonna save the world. For a sizable fee, of course.
So yeah, before we can do much of anything, we're gonna run into that invisible wall. I think I do that every boss stage, actually. But we have to race Pinstripe, the 4th boss on Hot Air Skyway. This may give us some trouble. So I'm gonna hope and rely on those shortcuts. He's gonna throw bowling balls at us. The nice thing with him throwing those is that it's... in some ways it's not as obnoxious as the TNT. In other ways, it is very obnoxious. And it looks like he didn't take the shortcut, but I kind of screwed up that jump, so...
Have some of it.
Alrighty. Let's try that again. I might have been able to recover from that, but we're early enough at the start of the race. I'd rather just go for it. Yeah, there we go. Let's take him out right at the start.
Have some of this.
I didn't restart just for that purpose, but it was more just missing that jump twice. It was like, that was a really bad way to start the race out. Okay, so yeah, he didn't take the shortcut, but he still is ahead of us. If he doesn't take the shortcut every lap, that might be kind of what their intent was.
Watch your back. Watch your back.
Hey, look, I've got bowling bombs too. Yeah, get him. Get ahead because we're coming up to this silly turn. Oh, I got a TNT on him.
Ow!
Not that it did a whole lot of good since he took me out with it, jerk. Guess I don't know, in some ways the bowling bombs are harder to deal with than the TNT, in some ways they're not. If that makes any sense, or if I'm just rambling. Yeah, he didn't take the shortcut again.
Have some of this. Have some of this.
So that's weird that random racers in the track would, but the boss doesn't. So it might seem silly that I fire all 3 of those rockets off at once, but my idea is that he might hit one of them with a bomb and stop it. But if I fire more than one, then he won't. That's the intent anyway. Can I actually get some fruit now that we're coming up on the last lap? That's nice. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Pass it on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, get in before the jump here. And get that shortcut. He didn't take the shortcut again. I watched him on the map. He went the long way. That could just be a balance thing in the boss fight since he's got unlimited items. Would make sense.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
So even though he's behind me, I want to be careful here. Especially with the stupid turn.
Watch your back.
Because like if I'm gonna lose time, that's where it's gonna be, is that little turn right there. But looks like we are good. Hashtag first try if you don't count the reset. Now he's even got his Tommy gun. Get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
So, you's beat me fair and square. I doubt you'll be as lucky with Oxide. Here's a key for your troubles. Oh, brother.
Well, the little terror vermin has finally collected all the trophies to become world champion. What took you so long? Now we prove who the fastest driver really is.
And even though it brought us here to Oxide, and we do have to race him at least once, we don't actually have to do that right away. And you can see the little glowing arrows are telling us that there's still stuff to go do. So I'm not gonna go for him right away. We're gonna go back to where we were. And apparently we're taking the long route, but oh well. I mean, there's still stuff to do in all this area too, but that's okay. So I think the big thing that it's pointing me at is that purple gem over there. And I'm sure that the arrow is also pointing back to Oxide, but we're gonna go for some CTR tokens. Because there's 5 more to get. And off the top of my head, I don't know where the letters are in this stage. I feel like one's like right near the start. Yeah, there's the C back there, okay. And there's the R. Okay. So now we just gotta find that T. And actually grab the C next time. I feel like the T's right near the ending here. Yep, there it is.
Goodbye. What have I got?
Alright, well that was some rubber bandiness, but let's see if we can pull this back off. C's right here. I didn't get it, but that's okay. I'm kind of way behind now. But that's okay, because we had that learning. Sometimes that's just how it is you figure out where the letters are so that the next time you can do much better. Alright, C, thank you. Even though I'm way far off from being in first place. Oh, I hit him with that. That was kind of impressive. It looks like everybody's right here, so we can still pull this off with a good end of lap performance. Or even just getting crocky at the end here, but nope. That was so close. Alright, let's see if we can get these letters without having crazy backtrack shenanigans. Because that's really what cost us, was trying to get that T. Now that we know what to aim for, like the C's not hard, it's just make that jump right. That R is pretty much a freebie. And I think knowing where the T is just means we can grab it then. Okay, so it was there. I didn't grab it, but it's these same two jerks that were at the end of the last race, and about as close to us as they were then. And they took my fruit. See you again. It's kind of one of those like little silly precision jumps. And that comes into play a lot on some of the relics, like Dragon Mines and Cocoa Park. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's grab this dang tea. And look awesome doing it so we can get this C on the third lap and not have any problems. Well, I didn't make the jump. And now I'm behind it.
Out of my way.
So we'll restart that because we already know we're not going to get it. I don't feel like doing the whole rest of the lap there when we know we're not going to get it. I'm going to get the fruit right away this time.
Pass it on.
Thank you, C. Thank you, R. Thank you, early lead. I thought about dropping that nitro crate on top of Crash, but I would have taken the hit too, so. Thanks for hitting the barrel, Crash. Oh, I got hit by a barrel I didn't even see. That was shenanigans. They're not even the good kind of shenanigans. They were like tragic. Almost like they weren't shenanigans. So one thing that I actually did is Talking Time recently moved. And in kind of their final days before they got locked down, I went back to all my old Let's Play threads on that forum for some of my old Let's Plays from back like 2013, 2014. Some like the oldest video content that I have on my Let's Plays. So I went back and I revisited them and I cleaned up image links because there was a lot of dead image links because PhotoBucket used to be like the place to post image links and it's just not anymore. So I went and cleaned up all my PhotoBucket links. I went in and had to relink some of those videos. So I've actually recently revisited a lot of those old Let's Plays, like Super Metroid Blind and the Guardian Legend. And even some of the ones that didn't get very far at all, like Castlevania 3 and Cool World. Just went in and cleaned up everything, made everything look nice and presentable before the old forum went down, so that the snapshot of the old forum, when it gets taken, we have good content. It's not just here's a bunch of dead links to the pictures. And so that was kind of a project for the last couple of days. That was the luckiest warp orb I could have ever gotten right there. Cortex, you're a butt. Are you really going to do this to me right at the end, you little... My problem with failing a CTR token challenge at the last seconds of the end race here is that's 3 minutes it's down. But yeah, it's kind of nice to go back and revisit some of those old videos. You know, listen to me like talking about my thought process in Super Metroid at the time or stuff like that. Plus, Guardian Legend will always be special because that's the Let's Play that I got fan art for. Which, I think right now that fan art is my icon on Discord and on Twitter. But someone on Talking Time back then, who I don't know if they're still around on Talking Time. I see them on Twitter all the time, but I completely forgot about that T. But they drew fan art of me when I beat the Guardian Legend. And that was one of the images I had to go and rehost because it was being eaten by Photo Bucket. And see, the funny thing about Photo Bucket is, okay, when I made my Photo Bucket account, I had a completely different email address. Like, we're talking like 2002 that I made that email address that I used and hadn't used in forever. So for the longest time, actually recovering my content from Photo Bucket, I was locked out of because that email address was gone. And finally, I had to just wait for it to free up again so I could recreate the email address. Which is kind of why I didn't do that earlier, just because I literally couldn't go into Photo Bucket and move them all. And I mean, I didn't move every picture on Photo Bucket. There's, you know, screenshot Let's Plays from the Captain SNES forum that I'll probably never clean up without spending way longer than a couple of days on, like I did with my video Let's Play stuff. Not necessarily that all those screenshot Let's Plays need to be saved. Like, nobody needs the screenshot Let's Play of a terrible hentai game. But yeah, that fan art will always be special. Dang it, I didn't want him to be right on my butt again. And they did it to me again. This is just the first CTR token. We've still got 3 more in this area. If it keeps being a butt like that, I don't know if we're going to do Oxide in this video. I kind of had early on like the format of, I missed the C, had the format of doing like the whole area. I missed the R too, holy cow. Of wanting to do like the whole area in one video. But I also kind of have that sweet spot of an hour for a video length. And so I'm kind of wondering like which is worse, to go over that sweet spot and get everything, or to go like, okay, here's 3 of the tokens, I'll hit the 4th one in the next video. And honestly, the rest of this series in particular, it's going to get kind of outside that format anyway, because the rest of the game we're going to be going after the gems and the relics, and it's not going to be as hard and fast of a time limit. Okay, let's get all these letters that we missed on the first lap.
There you go.
So anyway, Talking Time moved. The new Talking Time I'm pretty happy with. This will probably be the first... This won't actually be the first video to go on the new Talking Time. I posted the last video in this series there. all of the Final Fantasy V stuff was there, but I didn't really treat that as a legit Let's Play. I don't know if that makes any sense, but... I posted all those Final Fantasy videos in the Not Worth Its Own thread. But when I recorded the last video of Crash Team Racing, the new forum was up, but it wasn't open. So I still posted the video on the old Talking Time, but I also posted the video on the newer Talking Time. And as far as all my Let's Play updates go, that was the only one to kind of get live updated to both. So this will be the first video exclusively for the new forum. I mean, obviously, it's also for YouTube. It's not like, oh, this is high-end exclusive content. I just mean, this video will not go on the old Talking Time, on Talking Time 2.0. Yeah, what I think I'm going to just do is, we'll see how the other CTR tokens go, and when we get to about that hour mark, just kind of, let's finish off what I'm doing, and we can get the rest in the next video, and that's not a huge deal. I think that's a good way to look at it. Plus, it gives us some, it can break up the monotony of the next video. So this time, last time we did this one, I won by, like, the hair of my teeth, whatever that expression is. Well, the R is right there, we're gonna miss it. Sounds good. So this time I want to check both of these, because I think there could have been a shortcut on one side or the other. Not a shortcut, a letter. The C's right here. Okay, so I know where the other letter is, actually, so... The hardest part with the last letter is just... It's kind of in the middle of a big jump.
There you go.
The T, because the R was the one at the beginning of the track. Yeah, the T's right here. We got it on the first try. Okay, so the R is going to be right here. So now that we don't, there's no letters in this part, we can just take this route. For the relic race, there's going to be boxes on both sides of there, so you have to be aware of that. I could have saved that boost and used it for that shortcut that I can never make. Now, my nephew's probably watching this, he's like, I can make that shortcut, I can do this, because he's 100% in this game more recently than I have. And I'm just going to say this, he is way better at this game than I am. But at one point he was like, do you want me to go and do this stuff for your channel? It's like, that's kind of neat, and it could be like a fun bonus video, but like, I want to get the gold relic. If I'm the one that struggles with it, at least when I get it, I have that, like, hey, look, you did it feeling. But I definitely understand his enthusiasm and his passion. He doesn't agree with me on every retro game, but he likes this one because he played this when he was younger. So he has nostalgia for it. But, you know, they're like some old games that's like, here, play this, and he's like, this is silly looking, or this isn't very fun, or how did you entertain yourself with this silly game? Well, I could go for... try to skip the spider there. Well, Crash is gonna win. That was another really close one, though. So who knows, you might see him on my channel in some bonus content, and it may not even necessarily be what I mentioned. I do have ideas. I hate the spiders hovering near the fruit crates because it makes me not want to get the fruit crates. Somebody's outside revving. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'm kind of... There are weird people in my neighborhood. I'm just going to say that. I don't usually talk about that kind of stuff on my videos, but my neighborhood is really weird, y'all. Of course, I usually record in the middle of the night, so I don't have to deal with annoyances like that. But... oh yeah, I gotta get that tea still. I gotta get a bunch of letters. Okay, we gotta get this R, so let's not go all crazy here. I gotta do this, and I still gotta get ahead of everybody, because they're at least they're all right here. So yeah, remember the crazy T. It was so nice of those two to ram themselves both for me. I just bounced off Tiny. Yeah, none of these guys take the shortcut in this stage either. Okay, that was the worst time to get hit because you guys screwed up my attempt at that T. And now I'm not going to get this because I'm way behind. Unless I get, like, crazy mask luck. That was the worst possible time that I could have gotten hit by that. I was doing so well, too. I mean, I'll take the NPCs taking themselves out of the race for me. Like, if Cortex wants to take out everybody in front of him...
Take that. Out of my way.
Well, Cortex got spidered again, but you know what? I will take that. I will take that CTR token and run away with it. Well, we got one good attempt at Hot Air Skyway before I'm worried about time. Why don't we go try that? There's Nitro Core. Well, we're not going to do Nitro Core right now, though. We're going to... That's Oxide Station. Out of the two, I think Hot Air Skyway's more manageable. They're both doable. We can make it work, but... we'll give this a good shot. We'll see how we do. It's been kind of disheartening that a lot of these attempts have literally been down to the last second. But you know, sometimes that's why I leave them in there. That's the experience.
Here you go.
And once again, I don't know where all the letters are, other than I think one is on that shortcut. And then one was right there. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, but yeah, here's the R. Are you glad I got that on the first try?
This one's mine.
I'm sure the whole purpose of them putting that there was to make sure that you learned that shortcut.
Whoa!
Well, I do have that mask at least. Okay, I saw the T, so now we know where all the letters are. It's just a matter of grabbing them. Let me go ahead and blast everybody while we're at it. Fruit crate, fruit crate.
Not
Yeah, so that C was kind of in the middle of the corkscrew over here. That's right there. It's kind of in a tricky spot to grab. But now that we've got it, we don't have to worry about it. Alright, can we get this T this time? I still hit crash, that's made it worthwhile. Yeah, the T's right here, it's kind of funky. Alright, fruit. Yes, fruit. I thought for sure he was going to take my fruit.
One for the road.
Damn, if you want to take out the person in first right ahead of me, that works too. Yeah, he took the shortcut that time too. How silly that Pinstripe doesn't. Ooh, this could be the best time to mask ever. I mean, it would have been better if I'd actually hit him with it, but... Okay, that was a funky jump, but hey. We did it. We're at 59 minutes, so we just made it in time. I think we can go and save, and we'll be close enough to an hour that I can call that good. Funky camera for the corkscrew there. So by the time I get to the actual ending of the video, it'll be a little more than an hour, but oh well. Maybe, maybe not, actually. But yeah, we'll pull up here and we'll save our game, and that'll be it for this time. 63%. So we will pick up here next time. And as always, until next time, this has been Red Silvers. Have yourself a good night.